Welcome to another video of the Vickers MG Collection and Research Association. In this one we're going to talk to you a little bit and talk you through the process of replacing the feathers on tripod crosshead pins. So this is the short little spigot that can quite often be damaged. It's called a feather. They lock into the tripod. They are what stops the pin coming out, but they're really easily broken. But thankfully, the instructions for armourers 1931 gives us the details on how to replace them. Now, in this, it says it's a 0.15 and 0.1 inch diameter piece of metal there, but we're using a piece of 4mm bar because that's what's easiest and actually what fits. So you can see we've got to measure the full length of that to see whether how far it protrudes. That may vary on different tripod pins, but we've taken this one here and we give ourselves our measurement that gives us the overall piece of bar that we need. Like I say, we're using a piece of 4mm bar, a little rod there that we've purchased. We're just going to take, I think it's 16mm off of that, so that we don't have to cut anything off. It needs to fit quite tightly. 4mm fitted the hole quite well. We could have done with a little bit bigger and forced it in, but we decided that as we were doing it, we'll just they don't have to take lots of lots of abuse. They will get knocked, but given that this is quite an easy replacement job to do, so metal hacksaw, take off that 16mm. Try not to drop it on the floor. I don't think we do in this particular clip, but we did a few times. So quite often the guns come up and they've got this ground down, and we're not really sure why. It might be that they were ground off for training purposes, or collectors have just knocked them off and then smooth them off over the year. We dropped it. We had to go and pick it up. You're watching this. While you are, just a quick reminder, please do subscribe to the channel. Click on that subscribe and then make sure you click on the bell on the right and click all to make sure you get notifications of our new videos. So back to the repair. So once we've got the piece of rod cut, we're going to knock out the old pin on the tripod. Just a small punch and it tapped out really easily, giving us a nice clean hole to be able to push that in. So make sure you obviously have your punch that's slightly a bit smaller than the hole, otherwise you get that stuck. Never a good place to be, but that's the piece of bar that came out of that. Now pretty much it's too small to do anything with, but once we've got that out, you can see really nicely how it has come through. Some of these weren't obvious that they actually had pins all the way through, but they certainly do. So we've got the pin there, just checking it for size, making sure that fits okay. Then we're going to use a bit of glue. Not the most appropriate, I'm sure. We've used glue on this particular pin, and we used this one in the video to show you that they will hold in with glue. Some of them, if we'd have used a piece of 5mm bar or something slightly larger, then it would have forced in and would have pressed in quite nicely. We did that on a couple of the rear pins, and we didn't need to use glue there. But like I said earlier, it doesn't really need to hold, react under pressure or anything. So a piece of good quality glue, we've used, I think it's Gorilla Glue, it's called. It generally holds tight. But that gives us a rounded top. Now you'll know from the tripods that before we get there, we needed to grind off the other side as well. So that was nice and smooth. And did that first. So that's just the Dremel there that we're using to grind off and file off quite nicely afterwards. So you just got to remember that these do need to be smoothly finished, because they're going in and out of the guns all the time, and if they do catch, then they just won't work. So what we wanted to do having just checked that, got it nice and smooth, just using a hand file to finish that off as well. We'll polish it all up when it's finished so that it's really really good shiny metal, runs well. These need oiling and greasing quite a bit actually. I think anybody with using these on tripods will know they get dinked and they get a bit of surface rust on them, so they need a bit of care and attention. But that's nice and smooth, nice and finished. We can turn it over now and get ready to do the other side. So just to make sure we're only taking enough metal off, we are going to just measure the pin on a good tripod pin, measure the feather on it to use the right terms, and it turns out to be about 3mm. So it's about 3 by 3 square in metric. I assume that matches about 0.1 of an inch for as per those original drawings. So we're just going to file down that round to the square, because it's the square that keys into the crosshead and the elevating gear. So you'll know that it needs to go in, fit square, it goes to the other side of the hole there and turns, and then it stops that pin falling out. So obviously you've got to do all 4 sides. It's quite therapeutic really. And here's it alongside one of the a known good pin. Comparing it visually, you'll be able to see whether it fits. It may fit on your tripod better than others as well, but we obviously wanted to try it on a gun that we've got in the collection. And you can see that it fitted quite nicely, turns and doesn't come out. Thanks for watching.
Thank you for watching. Please remember to like and share the video and subscribe to the channel. Please support us on Patreon if you're able to, and let us know of anything you'd like to see in the future. I look forward to hearing from you.